Sometime after the Golden Week incident, I was in the drawing room of a certain dummy company in Okina City. To the public, it's merely a small publishing company, but in truth, it's been rented out by public safety to serve as a base of operations for administrative police activities carried out in secret. Are you gonna live stream Survive when it comes out in 2 months? No, I think I've decided I'm never playing a Digimon game ever again. I'm just, you know what? Most popular thing on my channel, like what a lot of people found and watched me for, I'm just gonna stop streaming Digimon for all time forever. Always. Just no more Digimon ever again. Though at times I cooperate with them on investigations, I'm still an ordinary high school student, and since I'm only an outsider from the police's perspective, it would cause too much of a stir for me to come in contact with public safety at regular police stations. This, in other words, is one of the few places I can be at ease. I've come here a number of times after that case and grown acquainted with some of the part-time employees. Given my position, it may be dangerous to get too close to public safety, but the relationship is extremely useful as a source of information. The fact that it's a pipeline I established myself undoubtedly gave me greater confidence as well. Upon hearing the details of the case, the man from public safety is lost in thought for some time, but then he tells me with some chagrin that the secret inquiry into the Kirijo group is concluded.
What do you mean?
You probably believe that this investigation is about the potential dangers of the Kirijo group. But that's not the truth. It was ordered by top public safety officials who aren't keen on Mitsuru Kirijo's influence. They're trying to find fault with her to rein her in.
Sucks to be them then, because Mitsuru Kirijo is literally flawless.
Then, were these top officials dissatisfied with my report?
Oh, your report was detailed and accurate, but that was too fair for their liking.
Are you asking me to report a distortion of the truth?
That's impossible, because we're meant to reach out to the truth.
Don't glare like that. The officials used Kirijo's disappearance this time to order an investigation on the Shadow Operatives facility.
Yes, I know about that. I'd heard from my friends.
But these investigation results aren't what those at the top hoped for. If this continues, they may abandon rational judgment in their desperation.
In other words, you think they would begin to suspect me as taking sides with Kirijo?
Yes, but that's not what we hope to see happen. In all honesty, enabling their power struggle has no upside for our organization at all. We are very satisfied with your work. That's why it would be less than ideal if you lost favor with the top officials and became unhireable.
I understand. Though they're all part of public safety, you're saying the top officials and the on-site investigators have different views.
That's the nature of the beast. You have my permission to continue visiting this place from now on. So, I ask that you play along this once.
Permission to continue? So, you leave a thread for me to follow while telling me not to get too involved. A bit self-serving, wouldn't you say?
A harsh assessment. Both the inner truth and the outer veneer matter in society. That's how it is.
I was only joking. I thank you for your generous consideration.
I give a bow and leave the room. When I step outside the building, I see a clear blue sky spreading overhead. I take a seat on a bench that catches my eye. The afternoon sunlight, just now beginning to heat up, shines down on me. It's been a while since I've had times such as this with nothing pressing to occupy me. This case forced me to think about several things. First, shadow-related incidents are not limited to the Midnight Channel. Second, the Shadow Operatives, the only organization that can counter those threats, are in a politically unstable position. Finally, there may be more powerful remnants of ergo research like Sho somewhere.
This bears further investigation.
Since I am both a detective and a persona user, there should be truths that only I can unearth from my unique position. The scope of this investigation will be vast, and I may no longer be able to remain in Inaba. But no matter what kind of physical distance I put between myself and the friends I made here, our hearts will never be apart. Having made my resolution, all I must do is make the first move in my investigation.
It seems I'm about to be very busy.
All right, that must be the place.
Hey, best boy, let's get it. A few days after the incident during Golden Week, after coming to Okina City, I find what I'm looking for and start walking towards it. What am I looking for, you ask? Ha, the sign for a cram school. See, I've decided to go on to college after graduating from high school. I know I'm off to kind of a late start, but that's my fault for ignoring my guidance counseling results.
Thanks to this case, I feel like I'm finally prepared to face my future. It's like I finally made a breakthrough.
A breakthrough?
When I was chatting with you while reflecting on the case, he gave me this puzzled expression when I started talking about this stuff. I told him vaguely about how I couldn't muster up an interest in the future since we'd all be going our separate ways because I'm having so much fun with my friends here and now. It came off a little unfocused because I tried to cram in everything I wanted to say at once, including how this isn't because I'm unhappy with the way things are.
I kept wondering if there was any way I could spend my time with everyone forever and ever. But I realized that that's just running from reality.
Everything in this world changes, and that's what makes it interesting. These bonds we have will keep changing too, but that doesn't worry me like it used to. No matter how far apart we may be, no matter how different the paths we take may be, I rely on everyone, and I want to be someone everyone else can rely on.
That's why for now I'm focused on finding a big project that won't bore me until I die.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna go to college and expand my horizons. I guess for how long I thought about it, it's a pretty standard path.
No, I think that's just like you, Yosuke. Isn't the long consideration really the important part?
That's what my partner said after listening to my endless spiel. He might be right. Taking time to consider things must be important too. And so, after picking up the application for the cram school and coming back home to Inaba, I'm now taking drastic measures at Yamanaido bookstore. In front of me is a shelf of study aid books, and all around me are familiar faces, worn out places, are serious-looking guys I'm hesitant to talk to.
I have no idea which ones are any good.
Huh? What are you doing, Yosuke? The shelf with the nurses is over there.
Really couldn't get through this game without making that nurse joke again, could they? Man, why does Teddy always have to come in and take up some of Yosuke's screen time? I hate it. Give Teddy his own thing, and give Yosuke his own thing. The guys picking out study aid books immediately stare at me as Teddy's voice pierces the quiet of the store. Come on, give me a break. Why did I have to run into Teddy here?
I'll stay over here for today, thanks.
Oh, you're looking for camouflage. Something to hide your nurses with?
This just further goes to show how bad of a character Teddy is, that they're like, man, we can't give Teddy his own thing. We have to have him leech off of Yosuke because otherwise he's just too boring on his own. They do the same thing with the cat in Persona 5 by having him leech off some of the time that should be dedicated to Haru as a character.
What? Hell no!
Teddy proudly rushes over to the certain corner I always stop by. That is such a good image, dude. I love that. Oh, that's great. Feeling everyone's heated stares at me, I grab Teddy by his collar and make a dash out of the store. My man lifted Teddy, well, I guess Teddy is hollow inside. He can't be that heavy. Lifted him up by the scruff of his shirt and just booked it. Dang it, I wonder if maybe Junes will get some study aid books in stock. Rize? Teddy.
This part seems to be lacking a bit. It should be more showy, extravagant, all out. Hurrah! I feel like I'm on a roll.
Teddy gets his own thing and he also bungles up a little bit of the end of Yosuke's. Screw off, game developers. I go on decorating with splendid watercolored signs, which give the impression of the blue summer sky, and shining star decorations too. On top of that, I've made the mannequin sexy too to better fit the summery theme, of course. As I'm nodding at my awesome display, Yosuke's making a beeline right towards me. Oh, they're just giving them both a doubled up one. I would much rather them have had separate ones. Haha, I bet he's surprised at my utterly perfect display skills.
Yosuke, what was that for?
Shut up! What about this is perfect to you? It looks like a midsummer swimsuit sale.
Oh, now that you mention it.
Oh, that's all you can say? Listen, this is supposed to be a section for elegant summer clothes for the early season. So why set up a swimsuit sale, huh? Stop changing things on your own.
Oh, but Sensei will come back once summer comes, right? My mind is already in full summer mode.
You're jumping the gun way too much. Don't drag our store into your shenanigans.
You say that, but aren't you curious too? Don't you want Yuki-chan, Chie-chan, Rise-chan, and Nao-chan to wear these new swimsuits as soon as possible?
Well, sure. But wait, we weren't talking about me.
Oh, I know. When Sensei comes back, let's invite Mid-chan and her friends to the beach.
I hate your naming conventions. I really, really do.
Mitsuru-san and her friends, huh? Oh, they're regular working folks. I mean, they're a special unit, so I don't think they could just...
Yosuke! The game will end if you give up. Just imagine what they'd all look like in swimsuits.
Naoto in the back is like, I'm not okay with this. Of course, there will be Chie-chan and Yuki-chan, Nao-chan and Rise-chan, and on top of that, the beauties of the Shadow Operatives, led by the glamorous Mitsuru in a grand gathering. Even I can't help but get excited at the thought. Oh, that look on Yosuke's face means I bet he's gonna get a nosebleed soon. Yosuke sure is easy to read.
Look, that doesn't change the fact that it's way too early for this. Hurry up and get the display how it's supposed to be.
I should have known that they'd find some way to get a beach episode in here.
No! I will staunchly protect my paradise!
I hate Teddy.
Your weird paradise has no place in our store! If you don't hurry and fix this, I'm docking your pay!
There's no place in our store! Dude, I love Yuri Lowenthal. He's such a good voice actor.
This is tyranny! Utter totalitarianism!
Well then, let's start from Act 3. Ready? Go!
Oh my goodness. That's Junpei's voice actor. What's his name? Vic Mignogna or whatever? Vic Bologna? I just never know how to pronounce his last name. Was that like a French accent he was putting on? That was so funny.
Look, a white bird. Could it be the same one we saw together last summer?
Who cares about birds right now? If there's something you want to say, then say it.
Please don't be that way. I trusted in you. I believed in our promise that we'd come here on this day. So why did you bring her? I feel like an utter fool.
Rise-chan!
Inoue-san's voice echoes across the quiet rehearsal room. Geez, I already told him that the rehearsal's a little behind schedule.
Inoue-san, we're still rehearsing here.
Oh, sorry. Please forgive me.
Inoue-san quickly apologizes and bows to everyone. I bow too, apologizing to the actor I'm rehearsing with and the director for holding up the rehearsal.
Kuchikawa, it's time. You're free to go. Everyone else, take it from the top of that scene.
Huh? But
Go on or they'll yell at me. The promise was we'd do this without getting in the way of your other work. Though, I mean, your acting was great.
thank you. Is there anything else?
What do you mean, anything else?
Anything I should work on?
I just told you that your acting was great. You're rushing this too much. Well, I don't know. I guess you need to work on accepting your strengths and trying to build on them? Sure.
Accept my strengths?
That's right. Hey, I take back what I said. Everyone take a 30-minute breather.
At the director's orders, the tension in the rehearsal room lifts. I grab my towel and bag before hurrying over to where Inoue-san is making himself scarce near the entrance.
So what do you need to talk about, Inoue-san?
Oh, right. The response to your TV appearance the other day was amazing. We keep getting tons of calls with more work for you. And that's why we'd really like to set up an actual schedule and put a huge media blitz behind your comeback.
No, I told you that's not what I want. I'm not even close to my peak performance yet.
Huh? But they're all really good deals, you know?
Nope. Don't you remember how we talked this over with the agency? I want to put my schoolwork first right now. Oh, can you bring the car to the front?
My persona grew a lot during Golden Week, though that's because I had help from that Elizabeth lady. Once again, I couldn't express my true self on my own. I need more confidence and a firm footing so I won't feel lost no matter what I come up against.
Huh? Rise-chan, where are we?
I have voice training after this. Come on, you're my manager. Get your act together.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Can you give me a ride? I want to hear about what kind of work came in.
Of course. I'll bring the car around, so wait at the entrance.
After seeing off Inoue-san, I jog towards the parking lot and open up my cell phone. The main wallpaper is a picture of everyone we took at the food court. To make my ideal self a reality, I'll surely have to keep facing up to my weakness. But I'll have help. As long as everyone believes in me, I can overcome those weaknesses as many times as it takes. From the entrance of the studio, I look up to the blue sky. That's a little closer to summer now. And wait for Inoue-san's car to take me to the next rehearsal. The end. Is it actually over, though? Was that worth 15%? Oh, credits. Oh, dang. Well, what the heck were the question marks, though, dude? Ooh, I hope this isn't copywritten. Fingers crossed. I think Atlus is normally good about not copywriting openings and stuff like that. So, and most of their music is lyrical, and they don't usually get hit with copyright, so it should be fun. Why didn't Futaba get the Rise treatment in Strikers, especially with their persona? Yeah, that is unfortunate. I do really love that they gave Rise a combative version for her persona. That was super cool. I love that. I love that a lot. Also, Rise's persona looks great when it transforms. It already looked pretty good, but like, its transformed version is amazing. Love that design. Really hope that I don't have to cut this out or mute it for YouTube, but I guess we'll see what happens. It'll probably be fun. I don't know if we're actually done. I don't know if there's more to do or not, but we're getting credits. So I'm gonna work on the assumption that this is the end. Persona 4 Arena? Pretty good. Pretty good for a spin-off about a fighting game. I'm not a big fighting game guy. Fighting games aren't really like my style that I like to play. So, you know, obviously it's not gonna be one of my favorites when it comes to gameplay and all. But, yeah, good stuff, good stuff. The storylines were pretty cool. I really preferred the pacing in Ultimax, but I think I liked the story of Arena more with Labris, especially Yosuke's version of it. Really, really good. So, I really love Labris. She is a great character. Like, high-quality Persona character in general. She's up there, like, in the overall rankings of 3, 4, and 5 combined. Great character. Loved Labris' stuff. Sho? He's got a pretty cool concept. The whole, like, having a plume of dust in his body or whatever. That's a really neat concept. But, I don't know. I mean, the Ultimax story went by faster, so they didn't do as much with him. So, they also didn't dive into his backstory as thoroughly as they did Labris's. They put a lot more effort into Labris than they did Sho and Minazuki in my eyes. Or Minazuki, however you say his stupid name. So, whatever. I don't really care about Sho at all is what I'm trying to get across. He's just kind of there. Labris was amazing, though. Kagutsuchi was really cool as a villain. It's unfortunate that he was, like, you can't really do anything really cool with him in a spin-off like this, which kind of sucks. He was kind of just like, hey, I'm at the end, and then it was like, look at this really jank boss fight, and oh, it's over. Goodbye. So, you know, that was pretty unfortunate, but really cool design at least. But, yeah, I mean, it was really awesome getting to see the grown-up Persona 3 cast and having them interact with Persona 4 and all. I really hope before Persona 6 is a thing that we get a similar spin-off with the Persona 5 group where they get to interact with the grown-up Persona 3 and Persona 4 cast, especially if they could bring back Labris for it, whether it's an arena game or not. I would love that. But, yeah, overall, pretty neat stories. Labris, great character. Sho, whatever. Neat storylines they had going on. Overall, pretty good. Kind of a weak ending for Ultimax in my eyes. I feel like Ultimax had a really weak ending compared to how good. Also, still, the whole Adachi teaming up thing at the end was like kind of out of nowhere and a little lame to me, but whatever. But like the ending of 4 with the setup it did, I think of Arena was a lot better than Ultimax's ending was. But Ultimax's ending was kind of like, well, there's the giant monster and you're done. Good job. So, you know. But overall, you know, pretty good spinoff. Pretty good spinoff game. It's always a pleasure to get to interact with more of the Persona characters. Because, although I don't love every character, at large, the Persona franchise has some pretty great characters in them, so getting to see more of them interacting, especially with the older casts and whatnot, is really fun and really great, which is why I hope they do something similar with Persona 5 that isn't a Q game. I haven't played the Q games, but, like, with the characters being grown up and having their own storyline...
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
Atlus and Arc. I actually got a trophy. They give you a single trophy for finishing the story mode. That's insane. They could have had so many more trophies throughout that. There is an episode Persona 3, and there's an episode of Dachi! Episode of Dachi is about to be, like, the most who cares thing in my life. Why am I at 94%? Does anyone in chat know why I'm at 94% in episode Persona 4? What's the reasoning behind that? Why am I at 94%? There were 2 question marks here, by the way. I cannot believe they've done this to me. That's so rude. Chapter 1, preparations. Okay, let me get a look at how many, this is also a 0%. There, oh my word, there's a lot. It's like just as long as episode Persona 4, if not longer. Oh, there's a true ending after you do the other episodes. Okay, so I don't have to go back and do anything else. I need to get a true ending. Okay, cool. Well, I gave, like, my end of the game spiel there because I thought the game might be over, but it's not. So maybe this episode Persona 3 and episode Adachi will up my opinion a little bit on Ultimax with how quick its ending went. But I mean, like, I didn't think the Ultimax story was bad is the thing. I just thought the ending was a little, like, I don't know, a little anticlimactic, if not, like, a little lame to me at the end of it all. But, I mean, it wasn't bad, honestly. But I really don't get why Adachi gets his own episode. That's pretty whack to me. Disturbing the Peace. Classic. How long is this? It's gotta be short, right? Okay, yeah, you've got a little bit here, but not a lot. For people in chat who have played the game, should I do 3 before episode Adachi? Or can I do episode Adachi right now? Because I'm gonna be honest, I would rather do episode Adachi, and because it's shorter, and get it done, and then do episode Persona 3 because I really like Mitsuru Akihiko, and honestly, like, I've come around a bit more on Aigis after doing, having her in Arena in this Ultimax story. So eventually I'm gonna play Persona 3 again, and I'm gonna have like a new scope at looking at the Persona 3 cast after having seen them in this as well. So, episode Persona 3 is the best one. I recommend ending it with 3. You can do Adachi first, but I'd recommend doing 3 first. I would rather do Adachi first unless it leads to some kind of, like, quotation mark spoiler about the stuff that happens in episode Persona 3, personally. Because Adachi's is going to be super quick, and I just want to get it done, and I don't, like I've already said, I don't really like Adachi as a character. I don't find him to be a very good character, personally. He's not to my tastes. So I don't want to end on Adachi's thing, is the main thing. I mean, obviously, we're going to end on whatever the true ending is over here, but I don't want to do all of Persona 3 and then, like, do a stream of getting through. This won't take a whole stream to do Adachi's story. Also, we're coming up on 3 hours. If I go 4 hours today, we could probably finish Adachi's episode in an hour and a half, you think? Like, with the rest of stream? I don't see anyone in chat saying that it would be a mistake to do Adachi before episode Persona 3. So I'm gonna do Adachi's episode first just to get it done because I'm not a big fan of Adachi.